93% of marketers are already using influencer marketing, and creators say the experience is getting worse every single year. Both sides are spending more time and money than ever and getting less out of it. So something must be broken. And having built a 7-figure creator business while working with brands on both sides of the table, I want to tell you exactly why. It's not the budget, it's not the product, and it's not because brands are picking the wrong creators. It's 3 specific shifts happening in the creator economy right now that most people on both sides aren't even aware of yet. In this video, we're going to break down all 3 of those shifts based on real data from over 300 creators, so that whether you're on the brand or the creator side, you'll walk away knowing exactly what the other person needs from you. I'll also show you how to build an AI assistant that keeps your strategy ahead of all of it. And at the end, I'm going to show you how to turn this video's own comment section into market research you literally cannot buy anywhere else. So be sure to stick around for that, and let's get into it. Trend number 1, creators are auditioning you, what they actually want, and it's not money. So if you're a brand, I want you to think about the last time you reached out to a creator. What did you lead with in your pitch? Was it budget, deliverables, a product that you wanted them to promote? And if you're a creator, you already know exactly what I'm about to say. So you probably get a lot of those emails. You know what they look like, what they sound like. Most of them look completely identical, and a lot of them are missing the one thing that would actually make somebody say yes. For example, on average, I get about 30 to 35 collab requests every single day in my inbox. My team and I end up saying no to like 95% of those emails, and we'll say yes to the other 5% because they all bring this one thing to the table. So let's talk about it, because the data is really clear. Let's talk about what creators actually want. This page from the HubSpot Creator and Influencer Trends report is going to be your new cheat sheet. Whether you're a brand or a creator, this is where you start. When creators were asked what matters most in a long-term partnership, the number 1 answer wasn't even money. It was alignment with personal values. Like, do I actually believe in what this brand is doing? Think about Maybelline. Their whole thing is makeup for every look, style, and skin tone. So when they partner with creators like Gloria, who's literally known for holding the beauty industry accountable on inclusivity, especially for darker skin tones, that's not just a brand deal, that's alignment. Both sides believe in the same thing, and that's why it works so well. Now, compensation, yes, is at 39%, so it does matter, but it's not the number 1 thing that makes a creator say yes. There have been times where I have been pitched by brands and the budget is exactly what we're looking for, but because the product or the brand doesn't fall in alignment with what I believe as a creator or my own personal values, we've said no to those brands. So what else ranked high in these results? Public recognition from the brand and introductions to other business opportunities. Creators nowadays are thinking about content creation as a career, not just a one-off campaign. And then there's also creative control. That one is big. 45% of creators want to take the creative lead. 27% want significant freedom. 18% want complete freedom. Add that up and the vast majority of creators are saying, just trust me to make this video good, because only 6% want to execute the brand's exact vision. 6%. That's it. So if you're a brand sending over word for word scripts, you're writing for 6% of the market. In my experience, every single time a brand has handed me a word for word script, the content always underperforms. I think this is because my audience, they know my brand voice so well. When someone else is trying to write for me, it just doesn't come across as authentic. When I'm able to write partnerships by myself in my voice for my audience, this is when the videos perform significantly better, and I have data to back that up. So if you're a content creator, I want you down in the comments to talk about either the best or the worst brand pitch you have ever received. And brands, I want you to use this comment section as a resource for you. So let's talk about how to stay ahead. What do you do about all of this? Before deciding on partnerships, here's what both sides need to understand. Brands, what does this creator get from working with you beyond just a paycheck? If you can't answer that question, you'll have to rewrite your pitch. Lead with why you chose them specifically and stop sending word for word scripts. Give the creator guardrails and then let them do what they're actually good at, which is create content. Now, creators, this data is your leverage. The best partnerships include public recognition, introductions to other brands, and even early product access. Don't just negotiate the rate, you can negotiate the relationship. The data tells us that those things matter more than a check. So both sides, let's build your AI assistant. This is something you can do right now. It will take you 5 minutes and it's going to be so simple to set up. Building your AI assistant part 1. Who you are and what you want. What you're going to do is open up your favorite AI chat bot, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever you use. I'm going to be using HubSpot Breeze. Here you're going to share who you are and what you want. Something like, you are now my senior influencer marketing strategist. I am a creator/brand, and I'm going to upload documents for you to study. Help me build a future-proof creator partnership strategy. Then what you're going to do is upload the creator and influencer trends report from the description down below. And any other content that you have, you could upload as well. This could be your brand guidelines, your current strategy, your pitch deck, previous outreach emails, your rates, whatever you've been doing with influencer marketing so far. If you don't have any of those things quite yet, that's totally fine. Just start with the report. That is all for step 1. Your AI assistant now knows what creators actually value. We're going to keep adding to this AI assistant as we go through the video. So now you know what creators care about, but most won't commit after just one campaign. They're kind of testing you first. And even if you pass, there's one thing that could literally destroy a partnership overnight. So this is trend number 2, the partnership life cycle, the do's and don'ts of building trust. This one's really interesting because I don't think either side talks about it enough. If you're a brand, you ran a great campaign with a creator, right? The content performed, you're thinking, oh my gosh, yes, let's lock this in. But the creator, maybe they're not there yet. And you're like, why? So if you're a creator, you've probably felt this too, where one campaign goes incredibly well or the content performs well. And then the brand's like, all right, let's sign a 6-month deal. And you're like, whoa, hang on. I need to know if this is actually going to work first. There's sometimes this phase between like the first collab and the real partnership that both sides ignore. And the data shows how long it takes and what kills it. Here's how the data says to build trust. 51% of creators need a few successful collabs before they'll commit long term. Only 16% of creators decide early, and only if they had a good partnership experience. Now that last part is really important. A successful collab isn't just about the numbers or how well a piece of content performed. It's about how valued the creator feels after working with you. I've had collabs where the content performed great, but the brand kind of was treating me like a billboard. And then I've also had ones where the numbers were fine, but the brand made me feel like a real valued partner. So of those two, guess which one I ended up going back to? The brand that made me feel like I had a genuine connection and relationship with them. So brands, for you, this means that the first 2 to 3 campaigns aren't a contract negotiation. They're kind of an audition for you and for both of you. And creators know that if you're not ready to commit after one campaign, that's okay. That's literally what the majority said. You're normal. It's okay to take your time. So how do you stay ahead? There's one thing that actually moves a partnership forward to that long-term phase. For brands, make sure to share the data after every campaign, every single one. Make make it a habit before you're even asked. 50% of creators said that the most helpful thing a brand can do is to share performance data. When a creator is able to see their numbers, their next piece of content dramatically gets better, which makes your next campaign better too. It's not just generous, it's also strategic. Now, creators, if a brand isn't sharing that data with you, you can ask for it. You're not being pushy, you're being professional. 44% of creators want product team access and 39% want early product access. So ask for those things too. The creators who are treating this like a business conversation get treated like business partners. For both sides, design your trial phase with your AI assistant. So let's jump to part 2 of building your AI assistant. We're gonna design your trial phase. In your AI chat, if you're a brand, ask it something like, help me design a trial phase for a new creator partnership. If you're a creator, ask it, help me figure out what to look for in the first few collabs to know if a brand is worth committing to. Your AI assistant can now help you build your partnership approach. The more context you give it, the better. So as you're chatting away, keep adding any insights that you have. We talked about how to build trust, but what about breaking trust? Here's where it gets kind of real. Because even if you do all of that, there are 3 things that can destroy the whole partnership overnight. The majority of creators rely on brand deals as their primary income. This is their livelihood. So when the operational side breaks down, it's not just inconvenient, it affects their personal life. So number 1, unrealistic performance expectations. Basically goals that were never discussed up front that are now expected to be met. Number 2, poor communication, slow responses, unclear briefs, last-minute changes. Number 3, delayed payments. This one destroys trust instantly. Communicating professionally with both the brand and creator is so important because I had a brand that I was working with and they had given me feedback on something that I had filmed following their campaign brief. And let's just say they were a little blunt and upfront with their opinions on the content I delivered. And it was because of that communication, I decided not to work with that brand again. Whereas on the flip side, communicating professionally between a brand and creator is so important because I've had relationships with brands that have been completely ruined because the lack of professionalism in email communications. Or maybe the person we were talking to was kind of talking down to us or saying things a little bit out of pocket. That kind of ruined those partnerships. Whereas with brand partnerships, where the brands are super positive, uplifting, professional in response, and even friendly, those are the relationships that I want to value and nurture long term. So how do you stay ahead with this? Here's what you're going to do to make sure you are on the same page. Brands, have the expectations conversation before the campaign starts. Be sure you have a clear brief and include a line that literally says like, here's where you have the creative freedom, here's the main talking points we want included. Make sure to fit and adjust your payment timeline. So net 15 or net 30, this is communicated up front and that's it. And then creators, before you say yes to any deal, ask 3 things. What metrics are we aligning on? What is the approval process? And what is the payment timeline? If the brand can't answer any of those questions, that's your signal. Both sides, let's use your AI assistant to stress test your partnerships. Here's how. Building your AI assistant, part 3, let's stress test those partnerships. So go back to your chat and ask it to look at what you're currently doing and tell you what's off. So brands, you can ask it to review your outreach from the creator's perspective, saying something like this. Now creators, ask it to help you figure out what you should be asking for that you're probably leaving out. You could say something like this. So now your AI assistant can audit your full strategy and give you super solid advice to improve it. By the way, if you're using an AI tool that connects to your CRM, like Breeze with HubSpot, for example, it already has access to your customer data too. So it actually knows your specific situation. Even ChatGPT with a PDF gets you ahead of most people. So you know what creators want, you know how to build trust and how it's destroyed. But here's one more shift that changes everything. And honestly, I think this one is good news. Trend 3, AI has changed everything. I mean, I think we saw this one coming. Human creators got a lot more valuable. I'm pretty sure we all knew I was going to talk about AI at some point. And honestly, I have good news. If you're a brand, you might be thinking, do we even need creators anymore? Can't we just generate this stuff? And if you're a creator, you might be wondering the same thing, like, am I about to be replaced? The short answer to both, no. Everything in this report points to the same conclusion. The partnerships that actually drive results are built on alignment, collaboration, and communication, not automation. Creators want product team access, real-time performance data, early product access. Those are deeply human asks. No AI is replicating that. And remember, only 6% of creators want to execute the brand's exact vision. The entire value of working with a creator is their judgment, their taste, and their relationship with their audience. That is literally the opposite of what AI does. So here's how we're going to move forward. Brands, when you're evaluating creators, ask how they use AI, not whether or not they use it, because almost everyone at this point does. The question is whether the output still feels human. So if AI helps them edit faster, research better, produce more, that's a competitive advantage, and that's a creator you'd want on your team. Now, creators, this is genuinely great news for you because the more AI-generated content that floods the internet, the more valuable your human perspective becomes. Audiences can tell the difference. Brands can tell the difference. So lean into AI for stuff that speeds you up. Editing, brainstorming, research, whatever. But your face, your voice, your opinions, your stories, don't outsource that. That is the product. When it comes to video editing, I love using Gling AI for my first cut of YouTube videos. For caption automations, I love using Submagic. If you need consistency with your brand voice across platforms, you could use Hire Mia. These tools don't replace what I do. They just make the time-consuming stuff faster so I could spend more time on the actual things I'm good at and creativity. You can use your AI assistant to build your future-proof playbook. Here's how. Part 4, building the playbook. So you've given your AI assistant the report, you've designed your trial phase, you've stress tested your approach. Now ask it to bring all of that together. If you're a brand, you could ask it something like, give me a complete action plan for my next creator partnership based on everything we discussed. If you're a creator, you could ask it, based on everything we've discussed, help me build a checklist for evaluating my next brand deal. Your AI assistant has now built you a personalized, future-proof strategy. Save that chat, come back to it before every partnership, and keep feeding it. The more you use it, the smarter it gets. Speaking of what a real partnership actually looks like in practice, I want to show you one right now because this video, it's literally a live case study. HubSpot and I partnered on this because we're aligned on the same things, getting creators and brands on the same page. The reason partnering with HubSpot is such an easy yes for me is because they value generosity in the education space just as much as I do. Again, this goes back to the very first thing that we were talking about, alignment in values. As an educator in the creator economy, I genuinely want anyone who wants to make this job opportunity into a real career. The only way I know how to do that is to educate and teach everything that I know and give away as much free value as possible. And that's literally what HubSpot does as well. With every integration and partnership that we do, they always have a free workbook or guide or some sort of educational material that I'm able to give to my audience for free to help further them on the journey of becoming a content creator. And honestly, it's that one thing that makes me continue to go back to them. Of course, they allow me to have creative freedom and choose the video topics because they trust me and they trust that I know my audience. And simply, they are just amazing people to work with all around, but that commonality in our values, I think, is the thing that just like magnetizes us together. So that's it. 3 shifts. We saw it from both sides, and now we are all on the same page, right? But before I let you go, let's make one final addition to your AI assistant. You've been building this system throughout the entire video, but let's give it one last thing to work with. Creators, if you haven't already, drop your story down in the comments below. Best partnership you've ever had, the worst one, what made the difference. I want this comment section to be an absolute goldmine of real creator experiences. And brands, this is the move. Once those comments start rolling in, come back to this video, screenshot the comment section, and upload upload it to your AI chat along with the report. Now you've got survey data from over 300 creators, plus real unfiltered feedback from creators who actually watch this video. Ask your AI to analyze what they're saying and help you adjust your strategy based on that. That is market research you literally cannot buy anywhere else. You're welcome. And creators, you can literally do the same thing with this comment section. You can screenshot other creators' experiences, upload it to your AI assistant, and learn from other creators in this space who have been in real brand deals and conversations. You could learn what they loved and also avoid any potential red flags. The brands that build real relationships now are going to have a distribution channel that compounds, and the creators who understand what brands actually need are going to get the best deals, the longest contracts, and the most creative freedom. Both sides win when everyone is on the same page. Make sure to download the report that we've discussed in this video down in the description for a deeper look. And if you're a creator and this is useful to you, my channel is where I break down how to actually build and monetize a creator business. If you're on the brand side, HubSpot marketing has the strategic layer covered: campaigns, content, and what's actually working right now. Be sure to subscribe whichever side of the table you sit on, or honestly, both, because brands and creators winning right now understand both sides. And now you do too. We'll see you in the next one.